it's me, Renee. I'm back. So today, the Downton Abbey movie is premiering. So I thought I should do a video around that somehow because, yeah, I'm not a die-hard Downton Abbey fan, but I really am looking forward to the movie, and I really liked the series after a while. The first and second season was like, but it really grew on me. And when it ended, it was like, no, don't end. So now it's going back for a movie. That's gonna be really fun. So I'm here to bring you 5 historical recommendations books. 5 historical book recommendations. Oh, words. And first, I'm gonna go with one obvious, which is Secrets and Sapphires by Layla Rashid. It's actually been described as Downton Abbey for young adults, and it's pretty similar as well because you have the cast of characters and it starts at England in 1912, so you have the same time period more or less that's time Downton Abbey used in the beginning, and you have both the servants, you have the people who are rich, you have girls and boys, and it's actually a trilogy, so you have more than one book, and yeah. Secrets and Sapphires by Layla Rashid, the first book in At Somerton, the trilogy. You should really check it out. Next up, we have one I've mentioned before, the Sally Lockhart mystery series. It's a mystery series as well as historical. It's very good, full of action, full of great characters, and both fun and emotional plot lines. And yeah, I highly recommend it. And actually, the two first the two first books are actually made into movies with with uh, with that girl from Doctor Who playing in them. I'm suddenly blanking on her name, but she has a name, and I'll link it in the doobly-doo. Sally Lockhart mystery series by Philip Pullman. Next, we have another book I've mentioned before, but it's really great, so you really should take this as a hint, really. All Things a Bright Girl Can Do by Sally Nichols. It came out last year, and it's about girls fighting for the right to vote. So it's fighting for the right. It's set in England, so it's around the First World War because that's around the time when they got the right to vote. And you have the different environments where the characters come from because there's a cast of characters. There's not just one protagonist. There's three protagonists. Three protagonists actually. There's a Mormon. Well, it's at least pacifist girl. There's a worker girl, and then there's a rich girl. And two of those are lesbians as well. So that's fun, really. And yeah, this book has some great, as I said, naturally lesbian rap. It actually has some juicy lesbian scenes as well. So get ready for that. And it also has a lot of themes like equality and uh, doing something for yourself and pacifism or war, and it's just very good. It's also manages actually to walk the fine line between being very funny but also very deep and very important, and it has both in the same book, but it never gets too funny and just like too light and like it's nothing important at all. But it never gets so self-obsessed and stuffy that it's like, oh god, this book is just too serious and just there's no humor. No, it's great. It's a great mix of it all, really. It's a great mix of it. No, sorry, it actually takes place over several years. That's what as well. You see them develop the characters, and yeah, really check this out. And that next book is a more recent. Well, it takes place in more recent history. The Girl is Murdered by Catherine Miller Hines. It's actually a mystery, historical mystery set around the Second World War. Not the first one, the second one. It's set in the US, but there's still the Second World War, so still stuff is happening. And it relates to, it uses themes uh, as words, uh, as prejudices, and that we're all we're all humans. Yeah, because that's like, you know what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking of a specific word, but anyway, there's some Italian Americans in there, and they're discriminated against, which is just stupid because they've been there several years. But for some reason, suddenly they're like, ah, ciao, you don't, do you speak Italian American? Do you? Like, they do. They've been there several generations. So that's great, and it has a great mystery and great characters, and yeah, it's very good, very fun. It's actually the first in a series of 2 books. The Girl is Murder and The Girl is Trouble. And lastly, we have The Scandalous Sisterhood of Prickwillow Place. Yeah. It's by Julie Berry. You've probably heard of her. She's written other books as well. She's written both historical and contemporary, and this one is historical. It takes place in the Victorian era, and there's a mystery as well as a great cast of characters. As you see there, they're all very important. It's a boarding school, and you have scandals, well, called scandalous. So yeah, it's kind of some scandals in there, and it's just very, very good. It's a standalone book actually, but and you kind of at the end you kind of think, oh, but I want more. But then the last chapter you think, oh, well, okay, it ended very good. Kind of, you still want more, but it ended perfectly, so you don't really need more. But it's a very, 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 very great universe and plot for this book. So yeah, highly recommend it. So there you go. A few books, historical recommendations for you this weekend to get you in the mood for Downton Abbey, the the new film, or to just if you want to pick up some historical books nowadays. And this is me saying Renee out.